Welcome to Cullable. Cullable is an inexpensive, very fast, and very easy to use high-quality OCR and PDF engine. It also has some other tools specific to industries such as e-discovery processing. Today we're going to be looking at the OCR and PDF function. To get started, I'm just going to click the New Workspace button here in the top right. And then I'm going to choose my workflow, and in this case I'm going to OCR images. I'm going to give this project a project name. I'm going to say JFK, Freedom of Information Act, PDF files, and that's what we're going to be working with today. I've got a zip file with about 1,000 documents that were released under the Freedom of Information Act around the JFK assassination about a year ago. These are really poor quality documents from the 60s and 70s, so this is a great test set for OCR quality through Cullable. So this is a project setup wizard. I could enter a client reference if I'd like, who would I like to email at certain project checkpoints, or when there's something to download, any notes I'd like to leave around the project. I don't need that right now, so I'm just going to press let's go. And I can choose to upload from my local system, but I am on Wi-Fi, so in this case I'm going to go ahead and just upload from Google Drive. So I'm going to click upload from Google Drive. I'm going to select my Freedom of Information Act document zip. So here's my zip file. It's got 1,000 PDFs inside. It's about 4,100 pages. And I'm going to start the upload. And while that's uploading, I'm going to kick off a stopwatch so that I can track these different checkpoints for how long it takes to upload. And remember, I am uploading from Google Drive, so it's going to go a little bit faster, but I am going to download it at the end, so we'll see how long that takes. Other document repositories, just speaking of upload, document repositories are going to be available such as Box, Dropbox, ShareFile, Secure FTP, even email archives. We'll be able to download lots of things directly through Cullable. Let Cullable do the heavy lifting to move those documents across the web. We're going to track how long it takes to OCR the documents, and then we're going to endorse the documents and track that time as well. Now, endorsement, for some of you who don't know, is when we put a specific branded message at the bottom of the page as well as a document number. This is very interesting and for different types of initiatives and useful for legal and other types of initiatives. However, Cullable really is designed for anyone, from corporations, end users, text analysis initiatives, investigative initiatives, anything of that nature. Anyone who has a lot of image-based documents who need to get better text faster at a lower cost. If you're in any of those boxes, I think Cullable may have something interesting to you in your company. Just about every company out there has the ability to OCR their own documents, be it something that's built into your computer, a product like Adobe Acrobat, Abby Fine Reader, or other solutions like Nitro PDF. They're all really great solutions that work, but OCR in Cullable is just faster and a whole lot better, a lot easier to use as well. So it looks like it took us about 1 minute 32 seconds to extract that zip file. Looks like we found 1,000 files at 460.1 megs, and everything in here is a PDF. Now, we did get some warnings here at the bottom, so let's take a look at these warnings. Cullable does a stateful inspection of everything that's uploaded to the system just to ensure that we understand absolutely everything that we're receiving and that we're doing exactly what you want with those documents. So here we've got one warning, ignoring system directory, and it looks like the system directory that it's ignoring is Mac OS X. Now, I'm using a Mac, and I zipped this file on a Mac, and there's a hidden file embedded within the zip called _Mac OS X /. Now, we're ignoring that because there's nothing to do with that file. But again, not a problem. Cullable is just letting us know what's going on inside the system. Now, out of the box, pricing for OCR is $0.01 a page, and there's ways that we can work with that for larger commitments or certain situations, nonprofits, things of that nature. We found 4,103 files, so this project would cost $41.03 to run. I can add page endorsements if I'd like, and of course that will put a message and a document number at the bottom of every page. So just for grins and giggles, let's go ahead and enable that. You'll notice that when I added that, it raised my cost by ½ cent. So now the cost went up to $61.55. Let's go ahead and agree to this. If I want, I could download a quote. That will spawn a PDF file. And if we'd like, we can even save that PDF file and come back to this workspace within 7 days and execute on that project. As long as it's within 7 days, that file will still be extracted, all of the documents will be indexed, and the process will be ready to pick up and move forward again. So I'm just going to press let's go, and this will start the OCR process. So let's restart our timer. And let's see how long it takes for us to run through this. So the system is loading all of the documents. We'll have some performance metrics on the screen, and I'll kind of talk through what's going on as those grow. So let me tell you a little bit about how Cullable works. Cullable essentially sits idle with a minimal stack of services waiting for data to be introduced. As soon as documents or data is uploaded, Cullable interrogates that data and then deploys specific, let's say job-specific, role-specific workers or nodes or computers in order to complete its job. So in this case, we uploaded PDFs. So we're going to build extraction workers to open up the archive. We're going to build PDF workers to extract the PDFs into single pages. And then that worker is going to distribute these pages to hundreds of OCR machines, okay? Hundreds of OCR machines will be built on demand to handle this project. Now in the cloud, it only takes about 3 minutes to build a computer. You know, at home or in the office, if your IT department needs to build a computer, it could take them half a day. For us, it only takes about 3 minutes because we're really leveraging the power of cloud. So what we're going to see under this OCR PDF performance metric is that we're processing at this point 230.6 documents, let's say pages, a second. So as you can imagine, this project is going to move pretty quickly. It's probably nearly complete at this point. While PDFs are being completed, we're recombining the document pages. This metric is going to update every few seconds as things are ready, but it's moving so fast it looks like it's having a hard time even aggregating it. That project is done, guys. So let's say that took us 1 minute and 55 seconds to OCR 4,000 pages. And I'll press next. Now we'll define what message we want to endorse on the bottom. And I'll say confidential Freedom of Information Act, John F. Kennedy, PDF documents. And if I'd like, I can preserve the file names and leave them named the same as they were when I uploaded them. But I really didn't like the way they were named, so in this case, I'm just going to say FOIA JFK 01. And Cullable will continue to enumerate every page after that starting point. So just make sure that you pad it with enough numbers so that it's going to name it appropriately if you choose to change the file names of the files. Now, include content is essentially my download area. I can choose what I want to download. So do I want PDFs? Do I also want to have document-based text files? And then I can also choose to download the original native files. Of course, that'll double or more the size of my original upload. So in this case, just to be speedy, since we're kind of focused on PDFs, I'm just going to download the PDF files. So I hit Start Export. First step, we're going to endorse those documents. So right now, Cullable is preparing that work. It's making sure it knows where all of those images are. And we will see it start shortly. Okay, here we are. So I'll hit Start. And right now we're endorsing those 4,000 pages, 4,150 pages, whatever it is. So endorsement, we're 10 seconds into that. Should be wrapping up shortly. Now, endorsement of 4,000 PDF files in traditional software would take half hour, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour on some systems. Very, very fast with Cullable. Also, if you were downloading text files, it would also run through all of those text files and add your message and your endorsement key, the page number, at the footer of every page within those document-based text files. It's a lot of work. So it looks like that completed. I missed it a little bit, but what the heck, we'll just call that 46 seconds. Right now we are adding those endorsed files to the archive. Let's just hang out and watch that as it's running. takes a couple of minutes to make a 450 meg zip file, so that's kind of what we're waiting on right now. Looks like it's moving pretty well. It's 938 out of 1,000. It's almost done. And when this is complete, it's going to package that archive, and I'll have a download button appear here. And then I'll go ahead and get my timer set up, and we'll be ready to track that download speed. And of course, remember, I mean, it's not really fair. I'm on Wi-Fi, so a download may take 3 minutes for 450 megs. It's not going to be as fast as if I were wired, but it will work for this demonstration. Saving that archive, and there's my download button. So I'll press download and start. We'll see how long that takes. Now, according to Chrome, I've got somewhere around 3 minutes left. So while we're waiting, let's take a moment and look at the documents that I uploaded. So I'll go to my desktop, and I'll look at these JFK PDFs, and I just selected a random 1,000 from this collection. But let's just jump into one of these here, and I'll show you what we're looking at. So first of all, these documents are not searchable. If I look for JFK, no results found. Stopwatch here. And if I search for system, no results found. So the documents do not have OCR. And a lot of this stuff has a lot of handwriting. It's got things like secret that are crossed out. It's just got a lot of kind of nasty stuff. This is definitely not one of the worst documents. So that download's still going. Here's a large document. Maybe this has got some stuff in it. So here we see that that text is skewed. We've got a lot of stuff here at the top. Top secret, special handling, no foreign. I'm not sure what that means. Something surely CIA spy-like. We've got some really poor redactions that we can see under. So that's kind of a cool thing. We may be able to pull some text out of that. A lot of documents, again, are crossed out, a lot of noise. Just if we zoom in on this, just a lot of noise that can really wreak havoc on traditional OCR engines. OCR, or download is still moving. Open up another document. Here's another one that's just got a lot of trash around the text that traditional OCR engines would really choke on. We've got confidential here that's backwards and forwards and crossed out and scribbled on. This kind of stuff Cullable loves. It will do a very, very good job of recognizing that stuff, even if it's crossed through. So it looks like we've got about 40 seconds left. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and tell my Mac to download that, or to open that as soon as the download is complete. By the way, up to 7 days after I run my project, I can click the Reset Export button, and I can come back and change my image key. I can add a new message. I can choose to preserve the file names and not rename them to a new key. I can choose to download the text files or the original native files if I'm somewhere else and I need those. No cost for storage, no additional fee for additional exports. You can just essentially do that as many times as you'd like while you're using the system. So this download is almost complete. Thanks for bearing with me. All right, 2 minutes and 44 seconds. And it looks like we are extracting that file. So once it's opened, we'll go ahead and grab it. So here's the documents that we've downloaded. So here's our PDFs. There's 1,000 files in this folder. And let's just open up the first one. I'm gonna go ahead and close my stopwatch to give us some more real estate. So first page is always pretty clean on these documents, but then you get into stuff like this, where we've got stuff like secret marked out twice, and we've got some other really blurred kind of text. Pages like this with a horrendous amount of noise. If we zoom in, I mean, that's what an OCR engine sees, and it's trying to make text out of all of these little scribbles and all of these little speckles all over the page. Really, really slows down traditional OCR processing. Crossed out text, things like that, forget about it in traditional systems. So let's take a look and see if we can find some of this stuff. So first thing I'm going to look for is just the word secret. And it found it in a lot of different places. It even found it there with all that noise around it. Here's secret that's been crossed out twice. It's found that. And remember, this will work in any language. We did 4,000 pages in what? 1 minute and 55 seconds, and that was just getting ramped up. It goes a whole lot faster than that if you've got larger document collections. It just takes some time for that infrastructure to ramp up. There's our confidential stamp and our footer on the bottom of every page like we promised. And this document is now searchable. If we go to that first page, let's close our search here. We'll just go up to our very first page. We can see that really clean text like this, you can just highlight it. And if you wanted to, you could take as much as you'd like. It's always hard to select text this way. And you could put it in a notepad. I use Atom on a Mac, but just zoom this in a little bit. And there's that text. So very, very clean text copied right from the system. So without going too in-depth, it's just a really, really slick OCR engine. Very easy to use, very inexpensive, and again, available to everyone. If you'd like to learn more, if you'd like to see a deeper dive demo, if you'd like to run some of your own content with us, hit us up at Cullable.com. There's sign-up forms, there's phone numbers, or just Google Cullable. You'll find a lot of different ways to get in touch with us. Cullable's got pretty good SEO, so we're pretty easy to find on the web and on YouTube. So take a look around, watch the video again if you'd like. Hit us up if you'd like to see a live demonstration against your own content, or if you'd like to jump in the system and run it on your own. Thanks for hanging out with us. I know this is kind of a clumsy demo, but just wanted to show you folks out there who are really struggling with OCR that there is a better way. Cullable will also be integratable into other applications, so we're working on a robust API where every function of Cullable will be integratable into other applications. So document management systems, big data and text analytics systems, e-discovery systems, lots of things can benefit from the power of Cullable by plugging it in with the API. Or you can log in directly, upload your data, and use it like I just did. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope it was useful, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.